Hi all, Shane here, Lana 67. Just coming to you with an update on. Whoa, Jesus! No one saw that. Coming to you with an update with Nigel Wells's North Africa GB or group build. I know. As you can see, the aircraft is for the most part assembled. Beautiful looking plane. Landing gear, wheelbase are sprayed and washed. And canopy is masked, which was an absolute bugger to do. Even the parts that aren't masked have liquid latex mask on them. So, what am I going to do? Well, first, I'm not an aircraft modeler, so I'm an armour modeler. So there's going to be kind of elements of like, what the hell am I doing while making this model? But I'm going to first spray the canopy in RLM 02 from Life Colour. And my reason for doing that is I want to spray that this colour first, so when you're looking through the panes, the inner sides of the clear plastic look like the interior paint of the aircraft. And I'm pretty sure Paul, from ISM while doing his ME 109 or BF 109 tutorial series, I think he mentioned that too. I'm pretty sure he would have, because it makes perfect sense. So I'm just going to... Now, I was talking to Andy, or Tactical Jackalope, unreal guy, absolutely legend of a guy, and we're talking about paints, and I was saying like I find this Life Colour stuff pretty good, and he also made the point that he finds it a little bit hard to paint, and yes, I actually agree, it can be a bit tricky, because I always kind of tend to get a little bit opaque. That's a little bit it's a little bit hard to find the right ratio, but you can overcome that by just building up the layers. But again, this doesn't have to be too good, if you get me. It's just there just to give a bit of accent to the cockpit. Sorry, I'm talking on my arse. So now he got that deadly Vallejo big RLM set that I actually think I might get. So I'm actually starting to get into aircraft modelling a little bit more and more. So I'm either going to do 48 scale or 72 depending on where I have the space. I'm also going to be doing a beginner intermediate style build, talking about like skills that most of you already have, but maybe new people into the hobby may not be aware of. So I might just do that, and I'm going to be doing a big series of 72 scale armour. That I have quite a few kits that Andy so wonderfully sent out to me. I'm looking so forward to getting my hands on them, because they're all Dragon 72 scales, and the Dragon 72 scale armour is just as good as their 35th, and sometimes could even be better because they're trying to prove a point. So I've pinned this down. Yeah, so again I can write my name, or my initials, which are the most dodgiest initials there is, like Shane Smith, SS. So anytime there was like, had to book something in school, either write your initial on a door, so all you saw was SS everywhere, so they must have thought it was a bloody neo-Nazi group somewhere in the school, but no, it's just me and my dodgy initials that I can never go to Germany with. Okay, I actually just saw something here, which is, there we go. I was putting a little blob of blue tack over the mount or the slot for the antenna, because I don't want to spray inside the canopy. So here goes nothing, lads. Let's hope the masks hold. I don't know about you, this part's terrifying the shit out of me. Yeah, that's pretty much all there is to it. Just, I know that was very messy and it went everywhere, but sod it. I have a finer needle airbrush like a 0.2mm, so I'll be able to do really fine work. There is a slight gap in the wing, in the wing roots, but I'm not going to fill them because I don't want to lose that lovely rivet detail because I don't have any riveting tools. I will invest in them because it's going to be a necessity to have them if I start going into aircraft modelling. Now, this spray is quite nice actually. I think I put about 60% paint or 40% thinner, or maybe 70% paint, because this paint's pretty thin. So I put about maybe 30% thinner to 70% paint, and it's actually it's taking quite well. It's a little bit still opaque. I'm gonna have to probably build up another layer, but the beauty of acrylic is it'll dry pretty quick, so it shouldn't take that long. I'm sure you all know that because you know. So I got a very nice parcel in the post today. I came all the way from Canada, which some wonderful person sent me a piece of art. Yeah, I actually have a piece of art that was as a gift that was made for me, which is I haven't opened it yet. I have it behind me, so I'm going to do it off camera because it's just for me. No, like as in, like, you know what I mean, it's just it's all for me, so I'm going to on a basket, but I think that's amazing, someone would do that. So I sent them out a model. I'm not going to say what it is, it's in case they watch it. I don't want the surprise to be diminished. Most of you will recognise the base I showed in one of my videos is what it is. Carlos knows what it is because I showed it to him. I should have taken pictures of it, but I completely forgot to. But I think I put every element of my figure painting skills into it. So let's clean out my airbrush and let this dry. It has kind of pooled in certain areas, but it should be okay. It's only Oralen colour I have, so I'll have a set of Oralens. It is a little bit difficult to get the mix right on this paint though. I will agree with Andy on that. And then the next step is give it another coat, let that dry. Then I'm going to mask it all in AK Primer Grey. As much as I hate this, I'm going to use Primer Grey because I'm going to do some pre-shading, and I only have black surface primer, so I'm going to do pre-shading in black lines on that. And we shall take it from there. And I just need to seal the wheel wells too. And also I keep snapping the bloody rear taxi wheel off as well, but I have it just underneath the camera. It actually comes with two wheels, so if I have to, I'll just drill out the hole and install the other one. It might not be corrected to that, to the tropical version, but I won't tell if you don't. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to doing that series of videos. Also going to be doing, I meant to do one before, but I will actually do a proper one soon, which is a complete painting tutorial for a figure. I know Panzermeister is going to do one, so I said I might as well too. Not that I'm trying to outdo him or anything like that, but I kind of been meaning to do one for the last couple of months since I've been on this, and I haven't got around to it. But we'll see. I'll let Panzermeister play his up first, though. I think because it's only fair. He announced he's quicker than mine, and I'm not going to steal his thunder. And also, thanks very much for the shout out, buddy. It was unreal. Thank you so much. What a legend of a guy. So anyway, I'm going to do another shout out to him because he said the shout out to me. Panzermeister 36, if you haven't subbed to him, make sure you do. Unreal Model Maker, Unreal Guy. And he has a really cool idea for group build coming up in May. I hope I'm around for that actually. Yeah, I'm looking into a new career, and I don't know if I will be around by then. I should actually. It's going to take a couple of months for that to happen. So yeah, I should be around. I think it might be the new year by the time I ship off. Can't really discuss it on YouTube though. So just clean out my airbrush. It cleans very nice. It gets a few drops of ultimate thinner, and it just evaporates. I'm not going to bother cleaning out the script on the airbrush. I'll do it after this, and I'll definitely do it after the surface primer, because that stuff clogs the shit out of the airbrush. Yes, I do swear quite a bit, but kiddies, it's just, I'm Irish, and what are you going to do, you know? After a while, you'll explain enough to your mammies, and they'll relent. So, yeah, that's going on. I'm just going to pause here, and we'll continue. So I'll see you in a few minutes, my friends. Bye-bye. Hi y'all, Shane here, back again. Alright. I started priming the aircraft. Word of advice, don't use this, is shit. It mottles all over the model, it pools, it does weird things. So, no. I heard some people say it's good, or works. I know there's some problem with the black primer. This is shit as well. It could be just this batch, but just be careful. I'd spray this on a piece of plastic. If you have this, or you bought it, and you haven't used it before, spray this on a piece of plastic, or an old scrap piece of model or something, just to see how it reacts. Because I had to scrub all this off it, and start again. And Filet-Ho to the rescue. I just used modeled colour sky grey, thinned it quite heavily, and I'm going to build up a few layers of that. I just thought I'd put that in. I want just to warn you, just in case. I don't know if it was just how I did it. I thinned it first. It mottled onto it mottled and pooled onto the model. So I was like, and I didn't put that much tin. I put a drop or two of thinner into it just to help it flow. And then I just went straight out of the bottle, did the same. So yeah. It could be just that particular batch, but yeah, it wasn't particularly nice. So I just used this out of the bottle. You know, 70% painted, 30% thinner, and it looks quite good. I just have to come back and do a bit of touch-ups here and there. Might do a bit of polishing work here and there as well. But we're getting there. So the next step is I have to spray the under part of the aircraft. Then I'll take flat black and begin to do the panel lines. That's going to be a bit messy. Let that dry. It won't be too neat and tidy, but it will be adequate. Then I'm going to start painting the yellow. The bottom of the engine cowlings have a yellow trim, and so do the rudders. So I'll do that. Once that'll be the first bit of colour that goes onto the model, and then we will mask that off, and we will begin. And then what we'll do is we'll actually paint the underside of the aircraft. We're going to be painting in model colour 70.961 sky blue. I don't know how accurate that is to the real aircraft. It actually matches the box art very closely. I'm not a loofah model maker, so I do not actually. I'll invest some time into learning what the real RALs actually look like, or LMs look like, should I say? So this is going to be the end of this video. The next video we'll be doing pre-shading and doing the yellow detail parts, and then we'll be doing the undercarriage of or the underside of the aircraft with the sky blue, and then it will be. Which I'm very curious to see how this sprays. I got a Filet or Humbrol acrylic paint. Apparently it says it can be tin for airbrush. It says here on the side. This is 154 insignia yellow, so it's a very rich yellow, very rich. It should actually look quite nice on the aircraft. I'm not entirely sure that I want to weather this too much. I might just do a bit of fading here and there, and exhaust and gun streaks, and that's about it, I'd say. I was actually thinking about doing some salt weathering, adding like salt and then spraying. So your opinions on that would be nice. I'm not entirely sure yet. I might go either way with it. So thank you for watching. Just watch out for the AK grey primer. It balls me up a little bit. I just don't want to see it happen to anyone else. It could be just the batch, or it could have been me, but I did try it twice in different ways, and I did the exact same thing each time. So just watch out for that. So thank you for watching. Look out for each other. Watch out for those buses, and I'll talk to you all very soon. Bye bye.